Welcome back. Kim and B here, episode 17.
Wow.
Do we have to say that? Keep saying that? Yeah, we should, huh?
Well,
It's fun.
yeah, okay.
Okay, 17.
17.
Welcome back.
We're
We're,
What?
we're what?
138 followers.
Oh, ooh, we're moving up.
We are moving and
This
grooving.
is so nice. We got a
Tell a
speedy-
friend. Tell a friend.
Tell a friend. We have a speedy 2025.
Okay.
Oh, so today I'm going to report back. My decluttering of my sweaters did not go well at all because I just couldn't get to it. So let's put a pin in that. But I did do my jackets and I got rid of one.
Okay. Out of a lot.
Multiple.
Multiple closets.
If you know me, you know I have a coat closet. So that's that. And then we thought of circling back to this, the let them theory, because it's not just let them, as I started, because, when we started it, I hadn't read it. It's not just let them, it's also let me. So that is where, my friend, the power lies.
Well, that let them, worked, wonders. Something went down and I was like, oh, all right.
Yeah.
I was kind of surprised at, how quickly I was able to, move
Right.
on.
Right. And she also says, though, on that, that if you have to say, let them over, it, because it could come up again and again. You just say, let them every time. And, because it's kind of like training yourself, your
Right.
brain. It's rewiring your brain.
She's so good.
She's so good.
Maybe
She's
she'll
so
be a
good.
guest on our podcast. We should collaborate.
That is so good. Oh, my dream will be true. Actually, she's doing a tour, and I want to go see her, but she's not on the west side yet. She's doing all of.
When we invite her, she'll be over
Yeah.
here. We'll let you guys know. We'll have a
Yeah.
private.
It'll be a super surprise guest. It's gonna be so fun. So anyhow, yeah,
Maybe a
that-
kidnapping, but sorry.
kidnapping. She's like, don't let them kidnap you, guys.
Okay, sorry.
So yeah. So
Okay.
It's I've put it into practice. You've put it into practice, and it does. It's like,
It didn't.
what have you?
Yeah.
Like, okay, all right.
I liked what you were saying though about the reaction.
So the let them is the first part. Now the second part is let me,
Okay.
which is it's where you regain control.
Okay.
So I'll read this little. When you say let them, you stop trying to control what someone else is doing. When you say let me, you take responsibility for how you respond to it, which is not always obvious. Right?
What is no? Always
It's not
obvious.
always obvious. Taking the response, when you take responsibility for something that has been said or annoyed or like any of the things, it's not obvious to you on how to respond, right?
Oh.
So you say let me, and then you can sit on it.
That's a whole nother chapter. I should collaborate with her. Sit on it. That would be.
For a second, like not for weeks and weeks, but you can.
I couldn't even do that for a second. Honestly, I'm
well,
being
that's
for
the
reals.
no, but that's
I'm
part of
being
the
for
practice.
reals. It's like I'm a firecracker. It's a light, you know what I mean? And like
It's fight or flight.
Yeah.
That's a big thing. So there is this doctor that she did her research with, and what is that? It's like your second brain. It's like when your body is under stress. When your body is under stress, hang on, I'm gonna find it.
Okay,
I
well,
should
you're
have
doing
highlighted-
that.
yeah,
So how
yes,
should I
tell
have
me.
responded today when the third person, not one, not two, but 3 people have now my car So I felt horrible about the way I responded because I think I'm trying to evolve as a person. And I walked out today to go to work, and my neighbor is literally parked on my car. This is the third time this has happened to me.
Third neighbor, not even the same
Second
one.
neighbor on my street. First happened over at a friend's house, and somebody else hit my car. So I couldn't even get out. Anyway, ringing the doorbell, pounding on it, and I was just like, and I kept apologizing by saying, I'm sorry, I'm frustrated because this is the third time that somebody's landed your car on mine.
Right.
So,
And
but I wouldn't let them. Maybe she learned you can't park your car on someone else's car.
Right.
But I
It was
felt
close. I saw the picture.
close.
It was like,
It was on there.
yeah,
No, her. Yes, it
her
was.
bumper.
Her license plate was on my bumper,
Right.
and I had just gone through this. So how could I have dealt with that differently? Well, because I wish I had that second to take a breath and react a little bit differently. I know she didn't do
Well, it
anything
wasn't-
intentional. I don't know. She left her car parked
Right.
on my car.
Yeah, she did not do it on purpose. I mean, that car is a magnet for all of the whatevers. But,
I did take away in the big picture of things that are going on in the world and by us, the fire, all that. It's a car, you know what I mean? But I was disappointed in myself because
you went in hot.
I went in hot, but it's not as hot as I would have. So that's growth, I guess.
So there you have it.
And I was like, I'm so sorry. And she was apologetic, but it was like, I did. I'm like, what were you thinking? What were you thinking?
Right.
Anyway.
But no, listen, that's good. That's a good thing to touch on, because just because we're doing this and we just started, it doesn't mean. I was talking to a friend I recommended the book. She's reading it, and we've been discussing it.
Oh, nice.
And, situations for her have risen. And I'm like, well, remember this part? And she made a very good point. Like, I am not going to make the changes 2 chapters in or 50, 70 pages in. I'm going to read the book. I'm going to start putting it in place, practicing it, and then I'm going to read it again.
Ooh.
And then, so it's like, that's growth that
right.
you didn't.
I haven't even
go
read the
in
book.
Oh, I tell her. I
I
tell her
chat
all the,
GPT a little
I
thing.
tell her
so,
all the things.
So
Okay.
anyway, thanks for letting me rant about that. But
Okay, so it is Dr. Aditi that she researched with. When life is normal and you're feeling good, your frontal cortex is one driving most of your actions. This means that you can logically think through the pros and cons of situations and make well thought out decisions.
okay,
In other words, you can choose how you are going to respond
when things are
when everything's
yes,
right.
yes,
But whenever something happens that makes you feel stressed,
Yep.
this is where you and I get in trouble, because the response in our body and brain is automatic. Here's the word. Your amygdala, thank you, takes over automatically.
Yep.
And this part of your brain has one job: survival
Yep.
and self-preservation. Your brain and body kick into fight or flight and are only designed to work in this stressed out state for a short period of time. You are supposed to reset back to normal functioning, where your prefrontal cortex is in control and you feel calm and confident again. But what happens when you don't reset? When you don't reset, you're in constant fight or flight, right?
And it's so interesting you say that, because like major life events, have gone on. I'm old, and I remember things were calm, and it was like I recognized in myself like picking to make things bigger than they actually were. So I had that Because that's all my body's ever known, to be honest with you, is always like that
Right.
fight or flight. But I'm a little confused because how do I and everybody else get to that point? Maybe I didn't understand it. Maybe I have to read it. But how do you get to the point where you can take that breath and reset?
So when any situation arises, did you say let them? Did you feel like let them?
No.
Or you went to flight or
I
flight
went
straight away?
already annoyed. I was going to be late.
Right.
I was pinned in. My car was literally pinned in.
So the first step is you have to be able to say let them.
See, that's the part I don't have. My
Right.
my prefrontal has missing pieces. Like, I'm not kidding though, and I know I'm not alone because it's like a light switch.
Listen,
like, bam.
it just said that it's natural for you to act instinctively, like
Right.
straight away, and
But-
that's gonna happen. It's gonna take time
Practice
for you to be able to get even to the let them part. Okay?
Okay.
So then after you get that down for a bit, then you're going to implement the let me because they go hand in hand.
Yeah, you said something about the reaction. Okay.
Right.
Okay.
So the solution for that is using the let them theory, you protect yourself from the stress other people have been causing you. Your power is in controlling your response to other person's behavior, the annoying situations, and to the emotions that you feel. When you say let me, you reset your stress response and take responsibility for how you respond. It's all going to take practice.
Practice.
Right? Like
It
the
may
let
be
me-
easier said than done. I mean, I'm old.
Absolutely. It's fucking hard.
It
I
is.
mean, I recently went through an incident. You did too. And it's like, I just kept saying, let them. And then that I got stuck there until I started reading that part. I'm like, oh, now let me. So now I've gathered all the information.
Got it.
So now I know how to proceed.
Got it.
Right?
Cool.
So anyhow, that's a quick recap. We're gonna make it short, sweet, and Practice, guys. Still
Long
a fan.
time.
Mel Robbins will be joining us in about 5 years, but
She doesn't know it yet,
she doesn't
but we're
know
going to
it.
get her here.
But you know what? We're here to manifest, and
Yes. Yachts and not Mel Gibson, Mel Robbins. Or him too.
they can come together.
All right.
Anyhow, have a great weekend. Bye, guys.